Hello everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75. Welcome to another Transformers Titans Return review. And for this one we are doing a figure that I literally got today. This is of course Titans Return ASTROTRAIN. Now I was umming and ahhing about getting the Takara version for this because I wasn't totally happy with this colour scheme, but I couldn't argue with the price really. I saw this one on eBay for £16 and I thought, well, that'll do. I'm not prepared to pay too much more than that. I did see the Takara version going for about 30, with the postage, about £38, something like that. I think it's the cheapest I could have got it for. But I do prefer that colour scheme, but I just thought £16 versus 38 when I don't have a lot of money at the minute. So I thought, well, I'll stick with this one. And to be honest, it's actually not as bad as I thought, really. And I do like it because it is kind of a nod back to the old G1 toy rather than the Takara version, which I believe is a bit more animation accurate. So, you know, I can live with it for 16 quid. So, anyway, so this is ASTROTRAIN in his strange train mode, which from the pictures and what I've seen in other videos of this guy already, I was totally not keen on at all. But having it in hand, it's actually alright. I actually quite like it. This bit doesn't seem to want to lock into place very well. I have no idea why. But there we go. Anyway. Yeah, in hand it actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I like it. It's a shame they couldn't have picked out some of the details, maybe a few little paint apps. I know the Takara version does have quite a few paint apps. This one doesn't, but that doesn't surprise me. At the moment with Hasbro's toy marketing scheme. Oh yeah, there we go, got him. Yes, now he did come with his box, but I've thrown that away now because I don't really keep the boxes anymore, really. It did come with his little Titans Return little card, which is quite cool, and he does have his instruction booklet, which we'll be keeping. Right, and he does have his little Titan Master, or Headmaster if you want. This is Dark Moon, whether it's a nod back to the old third film, is it Dark of the Moon, maybe? Now he doesn't really have a lot of paint apps at all, apart from the face. The face is pretty cool, but we'll come to that in robot mode. Now you can sit him up here in the little weird cockpity thing, just open that out, and he will happily have a little ride in there for the duration. You can stick him in there, and he's alright in there, isn't he? Right, so we'll stick him in there for a bit. Alright, so this is train mode. You can stick the guns on the side, you can take the guns off if you want, get rid of them now, put them over there. Oh, and they've fallen down there. I do like the front of the train, I do like that. I'm trying to get it with that so it focuses right. And you can just imagine this train sort of coming by. And it is quite a hefty big train, whereas if you could imagine maybe a size comparison if you had one in the same scale of the old ASTROTRAIN, it'd probably come up to about here maybe, I don't know, something like that. So it's quite a good big solid train, and I do like that. It kind of reminds me of the Energon Omega Supreme, kind of. Right, I think that's about it for this mode, yeah, I suppose so. It does have quite a few little guns on top there. It's again exactly the same sort of train motif on the back there, so you can have it going both ways if you want. It's kind of cool. Right, so let's transform this guy into his other alt mode, which is the space shuttle, of course. Now then, we're going to rotate these wings up and get these out of the way first, like so. Then we are going to do a few things. We're going to rotate. All right. Got to rotate these bits upwards first, panels in there, make sure they clip away, then we can rotate them around. They will be coming back out in a minute, so again flip that one out, then what we're going to do, these panels do disconnect from here. I do like those panels because they do hold everything together pretty damn well. Then what we're going to do, we are going to just leave that up there for a minute. Now I like how these arms do connect into the legs, like so, because they do hold pretty solid. And I was wondering while the hands, you know, I was thinking earlier, oh yeah, when I do this video I'll say that a long time ago they would have filled this gap in when you're using robot mode because the hands flip out, but they do leave that giant gaping hole there. A long time ago they would have had a panel, but maybe because of that, that's why, because they fit into it, so you know. Anyway, right, so we close that back up, these rotate downwards, like so. Then we're going to close these up like so. Now then, this whole section here is going to, I love it how it's just connected on this one rotational joint here. I think that's quite cool. And then there's a little tab there and a little port there, and that is just going to slip straight into there. Easily does it. And then these wings are going to fold down and they angle down on these pivot joints here. And then there's a little port there and a little hole there. Don't know if that's going to show. There we go. And then that is going to go into there just about right. There we go. That goes in there. And this one will go into there as well. That is the wings secured, and then we just rotate these panels up and around, and they don't really tab into anything on the top as far as I can see. They just sort of hang around. But on the bottom, can't remember if they do. Not really. They do. Oh, I suppose they do. This one doesn't. Sort of does. Doesn't. I don't know. Oh, you know what I've forgotten to do here, don't you? Right. So let's. Actually, it looks quite cool. I like the front of that spaceship better. Actually, it looks quite cool. You are supposed to rotate those around. Close that up. And close that one. And then we have the shuttle mode. If it wants to go together. That's the only thing. It doesn't really want to go together too well. And these panels don't really do a lot. I'm sure they do tab in. But for some reason, as soon as you tab them in, it just separates everything again. They don't come out when you put it all back together, but it's a bit strange. Anyway, right, so then you can sort of angle these wings if you want slightly apart. And there we have ASTROTRAIN in his shuttle mode. I forgot what it was called then. And it's not too bad. From the back, it's a little bit weird. I think the thrusters could have been a bit more pronounced, maybe. And I know on the Takara version, the little windows there are painted in or something. Have ordered the sticker sheet for these somewhere. It's coming from Taiwan, so hopefully it'll be here. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully we add a bit more detail to it. But it's not bad. It's a bit flat. You can plug these guns into various ports. You can plug that one in there if you wanted to, like that. Put his little bloke in there. For whatever you would want to do that for. You could stick ones in the side up there if you wanted to. And it's alright. Right, so, whoa, there we go. Let's start transforming into robot mode. Flip these panels back down. There we go, that nearly went on the floor. Right, so that goes down to here. And then, oh no, we don't need to do that this time. Right, so then this rotate out. It's going to move his feet. And then we're just going to rotate them around. Like so. They're going to come his legs. These panels in the middle here. Oh, don't actually want to stay together. Disconnect these out of his arms. They really do tab in there quite well. So let's get those out now. Right, and then it's really up to you what you do from here on in. Really, it's all personal preference. However you want to angle the wings back or to the side. I like to angle them just like that, just to give it a bit extra clearance for the arms. Like so. Flip out his little robot hands, if you can get them out of this. Like so. Stand him up. Just rotate it ever so slightly. And there we have ASTROTRAIN in his robot mode. Now we got to go right round to it because I forgot I left him in there, didn't I? So close that back up. Oh, stand up. Right, so I'm just going to re-angle my camera. There we go. And now we are going to turn this little guy into the head. There we go. That was super hard. Now, I do like the head sculpt. It is very G1 reminiscent. That is a pretty damn cool head sculpt. Right, anyway, so then we tuck him in there. If he wants to go in, which he's alright, isn't he? And you can move the head around, and that's pretty cool. And then one other feature, I have no idea why this is. Maybe it's because I haven't read the instructions or anything, I don't know. You can pull this little lever on the top there, and then he has these little side panels that come up. What that's for, I have no idea. It doesn't really add anything, and I don't remember the G1 toy doing that. Maybe it did, maybe I'm wrong. I should leave him away. Completely pointless in my opinion. Now he does look very lanky. I mean, he's got a very short torso and these lanky long legs. If you could have brought the torso just down slightly short on the legs, it would look had a better look to it. You can put both his guns in his hands and they do look pretty cool in his hands, and you can combine them because he's got this little port there. I love the little side guns on his arms, and you're gonna get some decent posability out of this guy, providing most of the bits stay together. And you've got ratchets here, you've got on his arm there, and and you are going to get some decent poses out of this guy. Definitely worth getting. And for the prices that I've seen him on eBay, yeah, I wouldn't pay any more. I wouldn't pay full price for this guy because I don't believe a lot of these figures are worth it anymore. They just don't hold their value. I mean, look at some of the ones on eBay, they're going for a tenner. Well, they were the ones that back before Christmas were going for like 20 quid. So, sometimes you are worth it. It's more worthwhile waiting. And I'm glad I did for this guy, because the only reason I really went looking for this guy is because I've just seen that Blitzwing and what's his name, Octane, have just sort of been released, really. So I do want to try and get them ones. I might have a look around at TF Nation, see if we can get them. And I have just noticed as well, you do get some paint chipping just on that little knee joint there where it clips into the arm for train mode. That's another cool feature by Hasbro there. Let's use some painted plastic rather than just normal grey plastic. Obviously it was cheaper. So there we go. Yeah, well, I assume so anyway. But I'm not too bothered. Anyway, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75, with Titan's Return, Dark Moon with ASTROTRAIN, and providing he stands up, it's a pretty cool figure. I really like it. I probably preferred the Takara version, if I'm honest, but, 16 quid, I'm not too bothered. See you all next time. Bye for now.